A very South Bank story will be released at midnight tonight via Kindle from Amazon. £4.95 if you would like to buy it. You can click on the link for this video to purchase it. The paperback edition will be about another sometime in February. It's always about 4 weeks after the Kindle. The paperback will be £12.95 and also supports a registered charity as well. Autism is it's a great fund that Paul, it's very close to Paul's heart, so Paul's chose it to support autism, him and his missus. But anyone who's been waiting, you've all read the Middlesbrough books, which I did, and obviously other people have done them. Steve Richards done the Newcastle side, but for the first time, this is the South Bank side, and it's the book. It's 10 chapters. There's a bit of a absolute South Bank legend, very, very, very famous in South Bank. Kindly done the forward for Paul, and there's a bit in from a very close friend of Lee's or family. But yeah, that's it. It's done, and it's the last Middlesbrough book from me. It's and now I'm on to bigger things, but it's been fun doing this book with Paul. So a very South Bank story is out at midnight tonight. As I said, you can pre-order it now from Amazon. £4.95 for any greedy bastards out there who want to save a few quid. There's no ink, there's no paper, it's just literally like, so anyone who buys it, you don't need a Kindle as well. You can just download the free app to your phone and it will go on your device literally a second or two after midnight. So yeah, a very South Bank story is out tonight, guys, and you've heard on everyone's but before Lee was known in the Newcastle and everywhere, and as big as he is now, he was South Bank's own. So yeah, through this is Paul Venis narrating a story, if you like, of once upon a time, when actually, once upon a time sounds like a fairy tale, but it was anything but. It was real life, and it was 30 years ago this year. So this is the South Bank side of it. Paul's happy with it. Paul's read it. And it just basically gives you another insight, and it's the final chapter, certainly from me, regarding the Teesside books. But massive thank you to Paul. Pleasure working with him. Lovely man. I'm looking forward to doing more things with Paul Venis in the future. He's got such a bright future as well. As I said, he's opened doors for me. He's got when the world goes back to normal, he's got talks to do in Pallister Park, Middlesbrough, to disadvantaged kids, and he's also going to be going to Middlesbrough College. He's going to be going to prisons. Everybody seems to know of Paul Venis, the British champion, the European champion, the world champion, the guy who's going to play Lee Duffy. But I think the most interesting part of Paul's life probably wasn't back for Paul in the day when he was homeless and when he was a drug addict and when he was walking around the streets, a bag of nerves. Someone said to me, actually, it was Lee's son. He said he was a head on legs, because Paul was a really, really big guy. But then all of a sudden, when he was at his lowest, he was what a shadow of his former self, and he was very vulnerable. And I think it's the sign of what a great guy he is, what a strong character he is to come back, because he was completely as low as you can get. And his life was, he's told me, and I've had to kind of be careful with this book because I wanted to put so much in, when in actual fact I thought, it's not for this book. He's told me stories about how devious, manipulative he was when he was a drug addict, and his missus would say, no, you can't do it. Yeah, no, babe, I'm clean now. And he'd like hide tablets in his hair gel, all these kind of things. And for what that guy was in his life, for his absolute, there's a saying, Oscar Wilde, I think, even though we're in the gutter, some of us are looking at the stars. Paul was in the gutter, and he's certainly looking at the stars now. So yeah, it's been a remarkable turnaround, and I've only known him for like a year. I've known of him for probably a decade, but I think a lot of people who know him, who knew him 10 years ago, 15 years ago, will probably appreciate the turnaround in that man's life far more than me, because obviously I never knew him. I'd heard of him. I first heard about him. The book, there's a little bit of South Bank history in that as well, and it's just basically, as I said, people who probably would never have ever spoken to me. Paul's one of them. So Paul's, as I said, listen, this is not a story about Paul's memories of Lee Duffy, because I think he was just approaching his 6th birthday. But as I said, he's one of them. He's viewed as one of them, and I can't think of anyone more qualified to speak on behalf of the South Bank community than Paul Venis. So don't forget, guys, it's out tonight. £4.95. Pre-order it now. This link, if you click on the link now, there'll be a pre-order where you can just purchase it. £4.95, and as I said, the book will be £12.95, but that is supporting a registered charity. So yeah, a very, very South Bank story. What's it about? The clues in the name. It's you'll read it and you'll find out. But as I said, big thank you to Paul Venis. Thank you to everyone who helped, and I look forward to working with Paul again in the future. Thank you.